Hello, this is Distant Glamour, and thank you for joining us today. We're going to be doing some makeup. I've been a makeup artist for 12 years. This is the beginning of something amazing, and I'm glad you're able to join in with us today. We are going to focus on lashes. Come on, let's get glamorous. So we are going to do lashes. And I'm going to start putting mascara on her lashes first because I want her lashes to be as dark as the false lashes. So I like to kind of wiggle the wand. I'm going to do the bottom lashes first. If I did the top lashes first, when I try to do the bottom lashes and she looks up, the mascara would hit her eyelid. So I'm going to do the lashes on the bottom first. Just a little bit of working smarter, not harder. Saving yourself a little time and work. And I just wiggle the wand on the bottom lashes. I mean, obviously Dior doesn't need false lashes. She has long, luscious lashes as it is. So I like to coat the mascara from the top of the lash. This way you get a true deep black lash. Sometimes I notice people only coat from the bottom like this. And when you look down, you can see eyeshadow that's fallen on the top of the lash, or it looks just dusty. So we want to make sure this is really nice, crisp, and clean, so when those lashes go on, you can't see the difference between hers and the false ones. So the lashes are on the container like this, and I simply take my thumb, I press down and pull. You don't want to pull like that because you could possibly pull some of the actual hairs off the lash. And then what you want to do is you'll notice the lash is made from short to long. If you're going to cut your lash, you always want to cut from the long end because you want the shorter side to be on the inner part of your eye. So what you do is you hold the lash up to your eye, and you can kind of see this hanging off right here. I'm going to cut off that little piece. Everything to the left of my finger is going to be gone. So I'm going to use what they call duo adhesive. It's like a surgical adhesive, and it's very gentle. Gently squeeze this glue and glide it right across the lash line. I don't like to waste any product, so that's why I like to squeeze it from the actual container. And you don't need a lot. You just want enough for those bad boys to stay on there. So now you can see the glue on the lash line. Curve the lash like your eye is curved. So this way it makes it a little bit easier when you go to apply your lash. Now here's the trick with lashes. If you take a lash that has fresh glue on it and immediately try to place it onto your eye, what will happen is because the glue is wet, it slides around, it's a lot of drama. So give it about a minute or two to chill, relax, and then you'll know the glue's ready because it won't be, let's say if you're using white glue, it won't be as white as when you first applied it, but it won't be extremely clear either. You want to catch it right in between. It usually takes about a minute and a half to 2 minutes. If you're using black adhesive, it's not going to be as gray as when you first begin, but it's not going to be black like when it dries either. You want to get it right in between. That is the key to applying lashes successfully without getting it everywhere. So now we're going to put this on Dior's eye. I like to lay down the corner and then lay down the inner corner. And just kind of hold it there a little bit. I could have waited a little bit longer with this glue, but because I didn't wait long enough, I'm just going to kind of use my fingers to hold that lash in place. If you're applying this on somebody, you want to make sure they're staying very still and their eye stays looking down, because while the glue is wet, if your eye is moving around too much, what will happen is that lash will pop right out of place. So make sure the eye holds steady, and you can kind of almost like use your fingers or tweezers, whatever works best for you, and just push the lash into the lash line and hold it there for a little bit. So remember, you want to hold the lash up to your eye. Whatever is hanging off of your eye, you want to cut off the excess. I already cut this lash. I don't want to cut it anymore, but you're really just gonna like snip just like that towards the longer part of the lash. And then you want to take the adhesive, gently squeeze really softly, and get glue right on the lash line. I go back, I'll do another layer. You don't want it too thick. Take the lash and curve it like it's curved to your eye. You can kind of bend it back and forward. And like I said before, give it about 1 minute to 2 minutes to just dry. If your glue isn't dry enough, just make sure you hold it in place until it doesn't move anymore. So right on the lash line. And I learned this from another artist. I did liner prior to applying these lashes, and I'm also going to do it afterwards. Now, I like doing the liner before and after because if I do it before, I get a black line right next to her lash line. So when Dior's looking up, you can't see a gap between her natural lashes and the false lashes. Everything is dark. And so that's why I put a really thin liner on prior to applying the lash. I'll never forget one time I was on an interview for a job and my lash, I was like, and it was a makeup job I was interviewing for, and my lash came off in the interview. I was like, wow, awesome. That's awesome. So what I like to do is take my finger and press the false lash into her natural lash. You can kind of join the two together. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of mascara right on the back of my thumb here and use that almost like a glue or an adhesive to press the lash into one another. So what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of going back over the lash line with a little bit of liner to camouflage the false lashes joining with her lashes. Like I did before, is with the liner, small movements all the way across. And once again, I'm just kind of camouflaging that line. We did liner before. If you didn't get to see it, check out the liner segment. And there you have lashes, my friends. I'm gorgeous, Dior. You're so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.